Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Our next agenda on the list will be a speech by the AJTF Town Commandant Edo State. That will be Mr. Ewosa Emade. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I stand as the protocol. Just as my brother said, it's pure proper profiling. And we from the association, we have been called different bad names for those of us who are into agency banking, known as POS. So we call for tax. IGD has given us the go-ahead, the state government has given us the go-ahead, even the CBN has given us the go-ahead. For those MMOs who are here, we are not after any person. It's just proper profiling. We come to your agent education and you are okay with it, good and fine. Because if I take the job away from you, I believe I can give you the job back, right? So once you get to where you are, because the fear some of these MMOs are having is that, first of all, they can't talk to the CBN directly. It's the truth. And they don't even want agent to be profiled. CBN has to be sincere with you. Right, what do we now do? We'll come to where you are. If you are okay with everything, we'll let you go. A situation whereby agents of people take time now from a Kenwa to Ekosoli to go and do operation, it won't be allowed anymore. What we just want, every agent will be profiled to a particular location. Or like, if you go to Ring Road now, to speak, sir, the little we have done from the association and go outside Frost House in Lagos Street. In 2023-2024, the DPO in Upper Market can testify that Nigeria's lost almost about 86 million naira to POS fraudsters. Where are they coming from? Don't know. But we have to go back to our drawing board. If you go to Lagos Street and they have the jacket that you get. So it is very, very easy for agents and the BOs, sorry, the BOs and the customers. If you go to where you are now, you see your jacket, carry your names, the area you are being profiled with, will let it go. So we don't want to withdraw any person. It's just pure profiling. I will say that I want all of us to have a conversation, just like the Nigerian police have said. An office has been created for financial inclusion. So if you have any issue regarding POS, do me this one, do me that one, go to the nearest police station. Somebody will be there to attend to you. But if you can't still go do that, we will drop out our social media handle out and our office at Miller Road. You can come here. I will pick the case up. Thank you very much. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now to the crux of today's matter. Why? Why do we need to standardize agents banking operations? Why do we need to standardize it? What is the need? What are the advantages and the benefits to have a standardized procedure, standardized system and format for agency banking? To take us on this study, I would like to call on the acting chairperson Edo State, Mrs. Juliet Madoke, to give us the why and need for standardized operations of agency banking. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. All protocols duly observed. Thank you so much, partners. I really appreciate that you are here today. Let me start with why we are even here today. So for the past, let me just say since January, we've been having issues with we've been going to the, Juliet, I needed to come to the police station now, one thing about fraud. Somebody will call me, I heard that you are the acting chairman. Please, my POS agent just defrauded me of 5 million naira. Please, I wanted to withdraw 10,000 naira and the person mistakenly withdrew 100,000. I didn't get a debit till when I got home. Then by the time we want to come and start tracing this person back, where did this thing happen? Probably at Ring Road, at one place in front of First Bank. You notice that you go there, you don't see anybody there. You report the case to the police. The police will say there is nothing we can do because by the time we go to most of these MMOs, they don't help. So we've been having these issues until 2 months back. The Edo State Task Force head, Mr. Michael, now called us that this is getting out of hand and the governor is concerned, and we need you guys to do something. You guys, since there is an association, most of the other time, people that have association, when we have issues and go to the association is always ready to help us. How come when it comes to you guys, you say you don't have data? So we need you to profile all POS operators in Edo State. I should be able to call you, something like this happened here, you should be able to make 1 or 2 phone calls and give me the person. So this is why we are here today. So we decided in our wisdom that it will not be nice for us to just go and start arresting people or just start profiling people without consulting or without intimating the critical stakeholders that are with us. So that we should be able to know that from here after today, after today, I think the members of media, it will be in some newspapers and it will be in some TV stations, and there will be jingles. So that tomorrow they come and hear from the horse's mouth. You heard from the police, you heard from Edo State Transport. There is need. It's not that if we are not doing it to harass or intimidate anybody. And we will try as much as possible to accommodate everybody. I wouldn't want to pursue the person that is working at Ring Road. I know the person is there to make a livelihood. But what I can do is this. We can cluster you in a place. Just stay around this place. I want to see you maybe within Mission Road and Lagos Street. I want to see, but especially those in the market areas. We are going to cluster you in that market. So if for any time I come across, we come or the transport team comes at there and see you that you are not within your cluster, whatever you see, take it. Because this time around,
a call from a pensioner, very old lady. For some reason, December did not come on time, so it came in January. He needed to withdraw money. He wanted 10,000. He was around New Benin market. He did the withdrawal. First of all, the agent did not give you a receipt. And guess what? Instead of 10,200, 200 being the charge, the person debited EA 120,000. EA got home, checked her phone, and saw that she's been debited 120,000. First of all, we have to do CPR for EA, make EA not go to glory, We have to do that first. Then, as a those state welfare director, that's my own office, I have to take up the matter. Only to get to New Benin and start using the receipt to trace that agent. I discovered that agent came from, what's the name of this village? Sir, I guess I told you, right? What's the name of that village again? Just imagine that. Somebody from Obe, no one side, Nebora, came to New Benin to do transaction and defrauded somebody. But if they were proper profiling or what we do now, we do vesting for agents within the zone. If you see a strange person in your zone, you can walk to that person and say, excuse me, sir, are you one of us? You will know, because a lot of persons come with intent to defraud. I have to tell you the truth. The one that happened right under my nose in the Selu market, somebody wants to withdraw 48,000. They debited 480. The person did it. Before the guy could just, no, it's so easy, I see. That guy entered the market and disappeared. And everybody started tracing. Only to find out that person was never within the Selu area. Just came, achieved target, and moved. So, profiling, vesting, knowing the people within a cluster will help us to solve a lot of problems. And those who don't want to join, I keep hearing that the association is by choice. Ladies and gentlemen, this is financial sector. It's the only sector that has a separate governor. Do you know that? Yes, there is a governor for financial sector in the whole of Nigeria. That's the governor of the CBN. It's not an ordinary sector. When there is a crisis or anything, they say no movement. You hear critical services. Doctors move, bankers move. Financial sector is part of critical services. So it is critical. Sir, we are not saying don't do what you are doing, but please be knowable. Let us know you to a place. Let us have your details. Let us know, okay, this is the place where you operate. So so that when you leave that zone and go elsewhere, we cannot ask you why. You know they have. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for allowing me to talk to you. Thank you. I think the next item on my list will be short excerpts and video. Okay, sorry, give me a minute. All right. The National Program Director will lead us in this next item. Give us a short video of the menace of hawking, of POS and everything. Thank you, sir. Watch your screen, watch your screen.
Okay, please bear with us. There's no audio. For this make credence to why we are here. Just this short video. You can see people doing POS activity beside the road, sitting on a stool with umbrella. And the question is this permissible in the country? In Nigeria is guided by rules and regulations, and the citizenry must respect it. And that's why we have regulators, government agencies, and all critical stakeholders. We all must come together to stop this menace. Whether we like it or not, we should not wait until it affects somebody very dear to us. Probably that's when we now begin to see this. This is the very meaning why we are here. Agency banking space is meant to, of course, deepen financial inclusion. For most of us that have been doing banking services, you can remember before Standard Trust Bank came into being. Then, remember how we were doing our banking services. Standard Trust Bank brought e-banking, and it was like if somebody sent money from Maiduguri and you are in Benin, you receive it instantly. And that's when we first saw where they will be charging 100 naira because your STB branch was not in Maiduguri, and a lot of students embraced it. And from there, that is the beginning of e-banking. And by the time point of sales terminal came into being, I think during the CBN governor Sanusi Lamido, he brought in mobile money. It was to deepen financial inclusion in those rural areas that banks cannot build their branches, because people were traveling from far areas to come and access financial services. So it was meant to help people, because banks will now have to move in using the same agent to open accounts for these people, card them, and it's the same card that they will use on this POS terminal. By so doing, it will limit or stop that migration from rural areas to the urban centers to access financial service. So it's important that we deliberate on this and see how best we can all support what Edo State Agency is bringing on board. This is just how would I call it? A representative of AMMBAN members in Edo State. Largely, most of them are zonal coordinators. We call the zonal coordinators people in charge of, for example, I'm not very good in local government in Edo State, but I know there's Oriedo local government. So Oriedo local government, we can have like maybe 2 or 3 zonal chapters, depending on how big the size of the local government is to ensure that administration is closer to the people. So these are the representatives, and we believe that anything that has been agreed, they will take it back and also hold their own town hall meeting and inform the people that look, this has been agreed at the state level. It's not left for us, especially the operators and every other stakeholders, to see how best we can push this together. So I will, based from this short video, I know we have a representative. I think we have one of the operators here. OPay. Yes, we have somebody from OPay. I will want you to just probably share light, because I know you are critical in this space. You are so critical because there's nothing we say here or we do here without the support of the operators or without their buy-in. It might almost seem impossible, even to the law enforcement, because you always work in synergy with them in different investigation processes. So I want to ask, I know that there was something about geofencing that I heard geofencing, I don't know, I don't need to, you explain it. Something about geofencing. So please, I would like you to enlighten us where probably the whole policy on geofencing is and the implementation plan. Because we want to believe if that is in place, it will help curb this. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. All protocols duly observed. I want to thank AMMBAN for organizing this in collaboration with the partners, the NAOA, and other partners that are working with you. I had wanted to, make some comments after the acting chairman, the elaborations of why we are here, apart from her initial address, but to probably go to your question before saying some other things I wanted to talk about. Yes, we, based on these issues that actually we are talking about here, and CBN's requirements and also expectations from us, we started this geofencing thing. And even my tool right now, if I open my tool, which is part of the things we are doing, one of the things I think helping us identify who is an agent and who is a merchant in order to be able to know who deserves to, do the transaction limit and who is not supposed to do the transaction limit between an agent and a merchant. What is helping us is because we have already mapped this time. If you just go to my map now, you will see who it will just show on the maps. So because we are taking time to do our KYCs, and although it is not 100%, it is not 100%, but we are doing everything to make sure that our KYC, that is what we call Know Your Customer, is properly done. Because when we get that done, every other thing falls in place. It will be easy to identify, it will be good for investigation, it will be easy for you to be able to kind of trace and track. So those are the things we are taking quite seriously. Though the challenge we are having, thank God that maybe government officials are here, it is a big challenge for us. I don't know why a state is expanding, local governments are expanding, streets are expanding, and they are not properly identified. No street number, no house number. They come to me, I want to take POS, give me your utility bill that I can use to identify where you are. That place don't get never be. They never give us lights. And it becomes a challenge to me. So and he needs terminal. And we're talking about financial inclusion outside, not in the urban areas. And this person is not in the urban area. And he's in that place where there is no bank. And he wants to do POS operation there. And the problem is that because what we're expecting is the land or the Ministry of Lands or people that are doing that, immediately you're opening up an area and saying that this place is going to be a residential area, mapped for residential area. Start doing the numbering. Get the what's it called? Either use because we accept two, we accept waste management bill or the electricity bill. Those two things. And waste management bill, we believe that those state waste management should be able also to cover up these things. And it is also going to help them in their IGR, internally generated revenue. So it will be beneficial to both of us if they can, take further steps to be able to kind of help us so that if I can't trace you to your shop, I can trace you to your house. And if the KYCs are properly done, it will help our geofencing and geomapping. So at any particular time you go to my map, my GPS and everything, it automatically takes you to where the POS is. And you don't have any problem with that, both for investigation and everything. EFCC, police, and all of that. So if I thought the person is coming from Moa to come and do POS here, we can look at, look at where he came from Moa, because it was properly mapped in that particular address that is there, and we can trace the person. So those are the things. But apart from that, we are doing our best to improve our KYCs despite this challenge, to make sure at least we get something nearest to what we can use to track the person. So that is why almost every of our terminals, no matter where it is, it can be seen on the map. Immediately just go to our systems, we do that. Then another thing I wanted to talk about still is on what we are doing in OPay to also help, de-escalate the prevalent fraud and all of that. In OPay, we have done a lot because risk control and risk management and compliance is very key to us in OPay. And we have a very, very strong desk for that, and we're improving a lot on it. And thank God we're also collaborating with police, though we need to do more. Another challenge we're having is that I don't know how to say it, whether it is training or lack of, I don't know what it is, because we are having another challenge with commercial banks. I want to say that, thank God CBN people are here. I don't know whether the crop of people they are recruiting these days are not trained. Just sorry to say this. Just permission to say this. Because a simple issue that will involve them, for them to resolve, track, I will provide a session ID. I'll provide you a session ID that I used to move money to you. And you go back and tell them that they should come back to me. As expressive. Why? You don't know what to do with session ID. And they bring session ID to me. If you come and tell me that the money is not go to my bank, I didn't see it. Give me the tracking code. I've used it to track, to NIPS. If it is there with NIPS, it's hanging there. I track it and credit you. But at the end of the day, I send the same session ID to a commercial bank. It takes the guy and said, okay, the money is not with us. And they start tossing merchants and these people up. A matter that is supposed to be resolved within just a few minutes, or not because they should have their desk. When I don't tell them to have a desk for them, and it keeps on lingering and lingering and lingering. So that is another thing that actually we want to make the CBN to probably tell, especially commercial banks. That is where we have most of the problems. They don't come, they don't help us, the MMOs, that's the fintechs. So please, they can make this work easy by knowing what to do with some of these tracking numbers, especially for to track money and resolve issues that actually affect their own customers. So it will help us in that area. Another thing that I want to mention is also a collaboration with the police. Thank you, sir, that there is a desk because me personally, one of my responsibilities in the office is to work with police, EFCC, and then the courts. So if there are matters that have to get to the courts that we need court orders to resolve, so we take it. And one of the things we have done in OPay is we have given ourselves what we call a TAT, turnaround time of I think it's 2 hours. 2 hours to handle any order from court. Yeah. So that is what we have done. We have a platform that actually immediately the court order comes in and we stamp it. And in fact, we make sure that it has to be time stamped. So we know the time it reached my desk. So from the time it reached my desk, I have a time stamp on it and I'm sending it to compliance. And compliance has 2 hours to be able to kind of, okay, yeah, if it is something they need to provide the SOA or the AAP, that's the statement of account, or the AOP to aid investigation, they get it out and then forward it to the investigating authorities so that it doesn't delay investigations. It is when it doesn't come on time that actually probably will have issues. But immediately it comes to my table or comes to any of our tables, myself, the customer service agents that actually working with us in our office have within 2 hours with our compliance we go through handle court orders and make sure this is treated. So these are things we are putting in place to make sure at least we don't get customers suffer too much and have issues with. The only area you have is probably if the account is not funded. So far the account is funded and we have issues. Where we need to put lane of PND, put immediately, and then make sure at least we follow investigation until money is reversed to pay owners. So we are doing a lot in OPay to make sure at least we reduce risk, fraud, and issues that our customers face. We are not where we want to be, but we are making effort to assist to make sure that this is okay. The profiling is a welcome development. It will help us a lot. And I want to encourage AMMBAN. Somebody was talking about zoning. I think that's what we're talking about. So that it will not be centralized in a belief. So if they can do it, where we have a donut, even if I thought they want to do it local government, they can do it at least the senatorial zones that are here. So that let them be reached and then form these people, form the youth, do vesting, put them in clusters so that people can identify it to add to what we are doing and the whole ecosystem will be good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sam, for what you shared, and of course, I'm sure it has further deepened our knowledge base, at least hearing from an operator, because these are the people that provide us with terminal. We are the ones that, of course, help them in the commercial aspect. So it's important. We cannot overemphasize the importance of having an operator within our base. So I will want to turn to attention to the representatives of the Commissioner of Police, because from this video that we've seen a lot of kidnapping and different style of fraudulent activities within the country, where even agents are seized, forced inside a vehicle just to collect their account number on the terminal, to collect funds, proceeds from probably kidnapped victims, and they use the same terminal to push to a different account. And at the end of the day, when these people are subject to investigation, most of them don't even know what's transpired, because we are not trained to see gun. So when they see gun, they don't even remember anything. The only thing is they obey the last order from whoever is holding the gun. And we want you to share your experience, because we want to believe that a lot was transpired from your angle in different investigations that you've been undergoing. And we believe that one or two experiences that you share to us will further enlighten our members more, especially how to go around security issues and the POS working, the insecurity is bringing even into our economic system. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I make it this way, that in essence, we police officers, we are not mandated to share any idea or any thoughts without the GP and the present. Please, next time, get your
Okay. Apologies, sir. We didn't intend to breach the protocol. We are here to learn, and we believe we are still learning. So, having said that, I will turn my attention to the regulator, the representative of CBN. I don't know how you want to further in the area when the representative from OBE was speaking. I picked holes in some supervisory role. I understand that there is no how all CBN staff can effectively supervise what is happening there. But I want to believe with technology, with NIPS, because I want to believe every terminal has terminal ID and others. How is the regulatory agency working in synergy with NIPS to ensure that, I don't know, the geofencing that the operators are bringing in, that's when somebody is designated to be in point A with his terminal, you can't take it to point B. How can we further deepen this? And probably if there are other measures that CBN is bringing together to sanitize the system, this is the place for us to hear. Of course, our members will still have time to ask questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all, I just want to comment on that the topic you just used. I think the responsibility of is on the MMOs to formulate, to provide the technology and manage such technology. it is not the responsibility of the CBN to supervise. Okay, if the position of the CBN is to grant licenses to MMOs, the MMOs have the responsibility to provide their own network and manage it. I just want to make that clear. Going forward, I have some few things I just want to speak in here. We're talking about agent profiling. It's a very cumbersome job to do. The AMMBAN, I wrote here that campaign by AMMBAN to create awareness, because many POS agents are not even aware that there is such a body called AMMBAN. There are many dropouts and even people who sit at home and they are jobless. They just, and because they have small money with them, they get an umbrella. You call them umbrella agents, street agents, and they are not even aware of this regulatory body that supervises POS activities within the state. So I think that awareness should be put more on, before we talk about profiling, we need to do more awareness to let people know that this thing is real. Do you understand? So when we are done with that, then I also talk about there are two factors in my own opinion that is responsible for the menace of fraud and identity theft in the system, as far as I'm concerned. I did note here that personal illiteracy and financial illiteracy are two components I believe is responsible for the menace of fraud. So we're talking about the level of education of the individual. Okay, that is one. Because when you are educated, you're better informed, you'll take better decisions. So these people who are POS agents, especially those ones who are unregistered, most of them don't have relevant information and education. So it's easier for those guys to perpetuate acts of fraud. You see that now. Then there is financial illiteracy. These guys do not even know what it takes. The financial products that are available, you don't know. And I also have another question. I think this is directed to the opening. Yeah. I wrote here, because we talk about KYC. CBN as a regulatory body, we are very much at the center of that. I know people come, which is you know your customer, you have your CDD, customer due diligence, and all that. But do LMOs go to verify these addresses that are submitted? Because one thing is to submit address, but do you go to verify these addresses? Because what we know that happens is that they come to you, LMOs, and they say, we want terminals. And because we also understand that you guys are in business, you want to meet target, and your workers want to meet target. So they can easily collect any source of identification, and even manufacture one for them, and register them. Okay? So you also have a role to play in that regard. So I'm asking that, So, and on the issue of DMVs for cooperate with fintechs to timely resolve issues, we will take this. We are also here, part of the reason we are also here is not just to dish out regulations, it's also a platform where we can take feedbacks. So if you have relevant suggestions on how we can make this process seamless, we'll receive the suggestions and we'll take it back. Okay? So on that, I think I want to leave. I want to address that issue. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. And like I said, it's a KYC issue is a very, very challenging issue based on some of the things I've mentioned, some of the factors that is affecting, making it as effective as it should be. If it is in other countries, even before you even register for anything, your ID and everything, central ID is created. Even before you move from here to your vehicle registration, everything carries your ID. So it is a big challenge to us. But what we did a little bit based on also regulation, expectations from regulators is we embarked on, and that is what gave birth to the geofencing thing that we came up with, is when we started doing address verification. We embarked on, in fact, it affected a lot of our merchants. We lost a lot of revenue because we made sure that before you can continue to trade, we must visit you and verify your address. So it affected our revenue because even we that are staff, we felt that OPE as a staff is going too extreme in trying to enforce everything that CBN says. We felt that because it was a lot of stress for us. So we had to go that, and that's actually what gave birth to the tool I'm talking about, where you have to go and start seeing, putting all of them on the map. So anyone that, even recently, this merchant and agent work we are doing to make sure this an agent does not do more than 100,000. Right now, if I come and onboard you, that would mean, which means that you want to take a terminal, you cannot be able to do, if at all you're a merchant that has your full business and everything, you cannot do more than 100,000. Like come and visit you and snap inside your shop, outside your shop, and snap your POS with a number and verify that address. That is currently what we are doing now. So that is why some merchants we're losing revenue. OPE currently we are losing revenue because some people are feeling like OPE, they've not come to visit me. They know they've not come to visit me because I can't do more than 100,000. Even we have suggested, is there no other way? My company says there is no other way because that is what CBN wants. So we are being strict about that to make sure at least we visit and we know where you are and we capture you and all that. Sometimes what that is helping us to do is maybe correcting maybe the initial address the person used to onboard before and all of that. So we are now, while we are now seeing you, we are putting the correct address where we are seeing you, so that it makes it easy for us to do the geofencing and geomapping properly.
Thank you. I just want to also know that we know the requirements for KYC, which includes the name, the address, and the date of birth of the customer. But I also am interested, I want to know the requirement process. The things that they require for, I think, in my opinion, should be easy enough for the customer to be able to supply. For example, there is, I don't know if it has changed, you request for utility bills. Yeah. And from my personal experience, I observed that the utility bill you request for it's particular. The older version of the utility bill, we're Nigerian and everybody's adopting the prepaid meter, and we have printed. So in my own opinion, I believe that OPE can accept printout of prepaid meter payment bills for such transactions. But it was clearly stated there that you have to go back to that the formal utility bill. I don't know if you saw what I'm saying. I don't know if that's still obtainable or it has improved.
We have actually made it even easier for our customers because maybe we upgrade you to tier 2 with your BVN. You can buy electricity bill from the app. So what actually means is that we are not spent on the old one. So what we do is that maybe your BVN is attached to your app, which means your tier 2 you can transact. So what we do is that meter number that shows exactly where you are. So far as you have it, you buy from our app on BDC, the utility bill, and we use it. And we use it for you because the address is there. Maybe you put your meter number and everything, the address comes out, and you can buy it, download it, print it out, and upload it.
Thank you.
It makes it easy for us.
Thank you. Also, I want to also speak more than what you talk about the responsibility of the CDA. You see, our responsibility as a regulator is to make laws, to formulate laws, guidelines, and that's the activity of government of Nigeria. And I believe that the responsibility of the CBN is like a two-way street. One way street is to make laws. The other part of the street is to ensure compliance. And most times, it's not the issue of CBN. It's the issue of the beneficiary of the consumer services. Do you understand that? So I just want to also add that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
I would like to follow up on the State Manager Ope. My first question would be, as Edo State Welfare Director, I have instances where we accost some persons, like where are you from, who is your BRM, my guardian call it, the person that gave you the machine, and the person is like, see the person that gave me now, okay, call the person. I'm like, guy, when you give the person this machine and the person submitted the bill, now CBN guideline states that the machine must be issued to a location. So it is the address you have on your NEPA bill, that is where you are supposed to use. Otherwise, you should have house address and business address, two addresses that you should have. But we ask these persons, or we are talking to the person in front of us now, and he refers back to the person that gave you the machine, probably your marketer. Talking with the person, we just discover that person lacked zero knowledge of the regulatory procedure before even issuing the machine to the person. Because training should start from onboarding. As you are giving the person the machine, you should be able to tell the person the rules and the guidelines on how to use this machine. It should start from you. This machine I'm giving you, it is where you tell me now, or unless otherwise stated here, that okay, this is my house address and this is my business address. Outside these two places that we have profiled for you, if you go any other place, if you take it beyond there, if the police arrest you, you are on your own. Because they don't know, honestly they don't know. I have to start educating the person all over. Even I call it manager or person that issued the machine. I start educating the person. Some of them are very stubborn about it anyway. They don't want, they are like, they know what they are doing. I'm like, no. This is like this is the law. The law states that the machine is issued to a location. So you be in that location. Otherwise, we don't have issues of somebody carrying a machine from Akoko Edo all the way to New Benin Market to do business. Then again, my second question would be, I've noticed that some places we come across on the road and we ask them, yeah, how are you doing? And the person will tell you, well, it's my uncle that registered the machine and gave it to me to have it called empowerment. Yes. I've seen that too. I'm like, okay, can we talk with your uncle? It's no longer in the country, it's not around. Please, I think those are lapses that need to be looked into. Thank you very much.
Okay, first and foremost, the first issue about making sure the PS is to a location. So one of the things, even to make it easy for us, like I said, KYC is a very big issue to us, based on not only our making. I've already outlined that issue before, because we have not even done well as state and state, local government, especially. I think that is under the purview of the local government to do all those kind of things, to do all those address identifications, house identification, all of that. It is really a big issue for us. And as long as that is still there, we may still be struggling with everything. We do a lot to make sure these PSs are located to where they are supposed to be located. And one of the things we are doing, like somebody wanted to onboard, got yesterday, so we are onboarding the person, and the address on the NEPA bill just says number 33 Dennis Street. Number 3 Dennis Street is vague. If you bring me, if I thought probably that is what is written on your utility bill, the NEPA bill or BDC bill, number 33 Dennis Street, and you submit it, my audit team will reject it immediately. Because they say the address is not detailed. And not only that, if you anybody that has registered recently on OPE, I don't need that. I don't need only you detailing the address. You need to also tell me the landmark. And the landmark will be junction, church, hotel, any remote school. So that is when I get to this school, I know I'm close. It is there. You can't finish it because they reject it. That person's application was referred about 2 or 3 times because we're just putting the address the way it is exactly on the NEPA bill, on the utility bill. Give me more information. First of all, let the information on the utility bill be here. But give me more description on how I can get to this place in case I'm missing. After that, give me the landmark. So that is one of the things we are doing to address that particular issue. Anybody that has registered recently on OPE app will testify to this. So that is what we're doing about that one. Then the second question you talked about the what's it called? The issue of giving, yes. You know, just like we said, it's a business. Some people just want to say there's no job. I want to do business. I want to start them. There are people talking. I want to have 2 or 3 shops. You understand? This is my previous agenda, and they employ people and they pay them and all of that. So I don't know how much we can stop people from being, But the thing is that at the end of the day, when you come to me for investigation, what I will know the person that came to pick up your case and can provide this information and everything based on the KYC I've done. So that is exactly because if at all that kind of thing happens and the police comes to say I'm investigating this PS, I'm investigating this account, every information I have concerning that account because I've done my KYC will be provided and it can be used to track and trace the owner. Find it, then they can also know the roles that their staffs played in probably that particular fraud and they probably handed over for them to answer the questions. But I can guarantee you that the person that got the case from me, registered with his details and everything, can be traced, can be found. Thank you.
Okay, I think it's time for us to go to the representative from the different zonal chapters. I'm sure we all have 1 or 2 areas that we want to ask the key stakeholders here. Questions related to why we are here. So what I will do to save our time, because our time has been fast spent, is if you have any question, raise up your hand. Let me pick numbers. For example, if you have 5. So while you are asking directly to the particular person, if the question is around the operator directly to OPE, I wish Money Point was here because I have dozens of questions to answer. They are not here. So if it's regulatory, of course, CDN is here, and even the state tax force is here, NOA is here. So how many people ask question? Let me take numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. So only 4 people. 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Please, 1 more minute. So while direct it to the person so that the person will note it down. So we'll take all the answers together.
Thank you, everybody. My name is okay. My name is Egosa Imane. I'm the state task force commander, and I'm directing this question to the CBN and the NMO, which is OP. Sorry, that's for only 1 year. For the past, we have issues. For those of us who are conversant with the CBN agency banking rules on the prohibited activities. If you go down, I think the level said, be run by managed by financial inclusion employees. I think CBN is saying that if you are OPE worker, you don't have an outlet, right? But these days, we see a BRN having 50 outlets. What is OPE doing, or what are the NMO doing in that direction, and what is CBN doing? Now, I think there was a time we had a conference where CBN told the association they can self-regulate, right? If we go out now, I would say BRA are not supposed to have an outlet. The president will ask us, are you CBN? Or are you employed? My second question goes to, I'm sorry that I think the commercial bank are not here. You be a particular. When our customer come back to us for a decline of failed transaction, What they care about the suitcase in their country say the money dey with you. That's because I'm alright. The people you are seeing here are not agents. They are just solar escorts. So if we have the capacity to fill up with our full auditorium, we can still fill the stadium if it's 100. But we have issue with the commercial banks, whereby a sanction ID is being given to a commercial bank to rectify financial inclusion. By the end of the day, they will bring the work back to us. Then finally, I want to appeal to the animals who are here present. It's just for us to take the message to our bureaus. Please profile yourself for the agent profiling. Then before I leave, I want to ask the state government, in the issue of this agent profiling, what have you guys put in place to enforce agent profiling? Because if we have a proper profiling, we have a proper IGRA, both in the local government and in the state government. Thank you.
I think the concerned people are meeting that somebody raised hand. Your name?
Good afternoon. Standing on the district protocol, my name is Green Road Zone. The issue I have is about this open cards, and most of my agents have attest to that. When customers bring open card, two times they normally use that open card for fraud. When you withdraw from the open card, you say approve. After some while, you check your camera and go to wrong. It will be declared to be fake. I don't know if okay having security checks. So they don't, if they really have their ATM card, and you put your national and then there's one thing. That was the first one. And the second one is the director of the Nigeria Police Force. As an agent, we have policies. When the customer comes to patronize, you take details, name, the person's name, or maybe phone number in case of CCTV is not available for all shops. Then the customer comes to your shop, you have access to withdraw less than 100,000. The customer withdraws 60,000. Next 5 months, they invite you, your account is blocked. They invite you to a station that your account was blocked based on related to fraud. You come out as I say, I'm an agent. I can withdraw this total amount, 60,000, no more than what I cannot do. But still, you still have to pay money to clear up the case. When you bring a phone number, this is the phone number the person dropped. You still have to pay to move yourself from the situation. That's what I'm supposed to do. I do it right. And still here, I might even pay money, that same money that got missing through those activities. So what I'm asking that, how is the police force helping us agents to encourage our business to progress in mass?
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Wincy Libario, and I'm from Agbo Zone. My question is to the State Task Force Chairperson. I want to ask, I believe one of the basic issues we are having as an agent, as an ESCO in the association, is the control of spacing. And I believe that this profiling will be able to help us to attend to such challenge. And this spacing, how do we intend to curb it? Because there are some persons who have been there for probably more than 3, 4, 5 years, and there are some persons who just came in to that community, to that same location, and opened their own business there. This is their agency banking business, and some of them they claim to be community person. We are the owner of this area. My brother is this, my brother is that. So how do we tend to solve that challenge whereby you who have been in business for long, and all of a sudden, people from the community like 5 or 6 just come to surround you, and maybe you're having 100 customers before now. The 5 of you begin to share it, and sometimes it will even drop to your hand for that day. Thank you.
Sorry, they said 5, we'll just have
5. We're not.
Good afternoon, everyone. My My name is Legacy. I'm standing on the existing protocol. I want to ask a question. My question goes to the security and the CBN. CBN give order to provide ATM card. And what I'm going to ask, one of our persons face this situation. Now, if somebody collected ATM card, come and withdraw from my POS, then 2 months they will come and say that ATM that was used in my POS was a fraud ATM card. Then I will not be held responsible. Now, how will I know that that ATM card?
Very robust. It is one of the best applicants of self-service. So card issues, you can escalate it on that issue, dedicated. Although, to be very frank and honest with you, because of the way the card thing happens, it's not just like a direct transfer. We take a little bit longer time to resolve card issues, but we guarantee that card issues are being resolved, and we have a robust test that can handle that in case there is issue of decline and it happens. Just walk into office and then somebody can take care of that. But in case maybe it is a card that is OPay card used on another terminal that is not OPay terminal, it is a third-party thing. So going to and fro, writing forward and back and getting all those solutions may listen. But if you feel that probably I can stay behind a little bit and then probably get the real perspective of the case you're talking about, and then we can handle it properly. Then the ATM cards usage for fraud, I just been arrested. I think the CBN has actually answered that question properly. You are not liable. So but I think I want to also push it to the police authorities so that they also train their people on some of these guidelines by CBN on who is liable and who is not liable for such kind of things, so that they don't put a case on you that you're not supposed to be liable, answerable to. So that we also on our own, immediately you are accepting a large transfer, some kind of transfer, the system will prompt you and tell you that this transfer, whether it will tell you that you should be careful. Our system will prompt you automatically and tell you, and immediately the system prompts you automatically and it will give you some like a red alert that this transaction is a suspicious transaction. You can be a little bit careful. What we're expecting to do, and it is out of our, because many people don't read terms and conditions. What we're expecting to do is, that's why our POS has cameras, especially when it's a card transaction. Our terminals have cameras. So what we expected for you is get the card, snap it, so that when the investigation comes and you are called, there's nothing wrong in you being called for investigation. That's the thing. So that you're called for investigation does not mean that you are liable. Cooperate with the police, go there, clarify your own side, and then you are free. So that is what I will tell them. So snap those information, get it ready. I'm an agent. This is the person that can look at his card. I just did my transaction and walked away, charged my money. I don't know about it. I was not part of the fraud. You are free. So thank you very much.
Okay, and the last answer, I think we have a question for AMMBAN, the vice or acting chairman.
I've actually met her now to ask her who is telling her that kind of thing. So as she has clarified, the coordinator has clarified. AMMBAN registration is annual and it's just 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira per annum. We do not charge any other thing extra. I know that some places, some communities used to disturb them for different kind of payments, like community health. But since we started working with those data costing, they've been able to help us solve some community issues. Yeah, they've been able to help us. So, AMMBAN registration, please, if anybody is asking you otherwise, you can always reach out to us. Thank you.
Okay, Madam, I think you've gotten the clarification that you need. One thing with AMMBAN registration is controlled from the National Executive Council. We don't even allow states. We have a functioning website. We have one single AMMBAN account that the whole nation pays into. And we have a revenue sharing formula between the national, the state, and the zonals. Everything is so clear. Your ID card is QR enabled. that you generate by yourself on our site, and you have also a certificate. So the process is seamless. And also we have what we call AMMBAN help desk for people that are not literate. You've made payments and you need them to just help you keep in some information. So through the back end, they can help you do these things and of course issue you. And also the reason why we embedded the QR code is we know a day will come like this where probably 1 or 2 persons will be involved in security agency and they need to verify that is this ID card authentic. All they need to do is to scan the QR code and it pops up the information. And we don't joke with our structure. And I'm not from Edo State. Like I said, my name is Michael Obafemi. I'm the National Program Director. All our national partnership with either banks, MMO, I'm the one heading most of the projects. But one thing I must say about Edo State Chapter, they hosted our national conference last year. And Edo State is one of the most active states nationwide. Not because I'm here. They won several awards. And their structure is so watertight. When I say watertight, by the time you say there is an issue in social zone, before you know it, the vice will say, oh, social person is the person in charge. Even without looking at her books. At times I look at her and how did you just memorize all this whole thing? And it shows you leadership because it means that she's so close to her people and the structures, such that when you are asking for information, she will not ask for unnecessary time to give you an answer. So is a state chapter that we are trying to mirror for other inactive states, because we cannot stay here and say all our states are extremely active. No, in Nigeria we have our popularity. Some weeks ago we were in Gombe. So the way Gombe will participate is different from Edo. The way Sokoto will participate is different from Kwara. So, but they, in short, we are tired of giving them awards. We are tired. We are tired of doing that. So I want to humbly appreciate each seated guest. I know we have taken your time out of your busy schedule. I want to move to the presentation of AJTF.
This is directed at I know that this is like a public awareness. You want to create awareness with this. Now, I will personally advise that in creating awareness, you also let the public know or inform them, teach them to only patronize the registered agents, just so that you limit just so that you limit the possibilities of fraud, and all of that. You don't want to patronize a POS agent because from your executive summary, I have seen that they are probably going to have maybe like a jacket or like a sticker, So let the public know that when you are going to patronize a POS agent, let it be someone who is registered, just in case you have any problems. You will be able to track it. But if you use an unregistered POS agent, you may not be able to come back to us because we cannot track anything. So I think it's important that you also let the public know that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sorry, I would like to let us have one keynote speech from the local government representative, because of late I've had a series of engagement with local governments as per revenue and everything, and I know it's something we want to let Ogapo to us from their end, that they are also willing to help us and guide us and everything. Sir, please.
Members of the High Table, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my principal, I bring you glad tidings on this sensitization workshop, if you permit me to say so. First, we want to thank AMMBAN for inviting the executive chairman. As a matter of fact, the executive chairman of Igbo local government, Honorable Dr. Kelvin Egwaku, takes the issue of revenue very seriously. In fact, sometime in February, the revenue consultant to the local council, who is seated behind me, brought up this issue. And I did say to him that, Nigerians are resistant to change. And particularly when it has to do with asking them to part with anything money. So I made some suggestions to him, and said, fortunately or unfortunately, the things have not gone the way he projected. And I told him that if you had done A, B, and C, I'm sure we would have gotten some result. But we are strengthening the partnership between the council and himself so that going forward, the expected revenue will come to the council. Governments are both national and subnational level works with funds. And if you get to Uselu axis, the local government is doing a great job. Yeah. And we need funding to do these things. And the funds cannot come from the government, from the FAC alone. It comes from all of us because we are the government. And part of the money that is used to do some of the things that you will like comes from each and every one of us. So please, I want us to be change agents like late Akunyili once said, Dr. Dora Akunyili, may her soul rest in peace. She said, change begins with who? With me. Yes, change begins with me. You are paying money. Ask government, what are they using that money for? Both at the national and subnational level, so that you hold them accountable. And I want to say that I'm quite impressed with what we have heard today. In fact, most of those questions have been agitating my mind, and the answers given by the central bank and the law enforcement agent moving forward will help us. And I also think that I want to suggest to the law enforcement agent, I think that both at the local and zonal level, they will need to empower you guys with, instrument of coercion. The average Nigerian doesn't want to part with money unless something is done to him. Unfortunately, that's the reality for this POS, because I was just speaking to him before we were called to the high table. He said there have been resistance. And to Selu Market at Mela Motel Road, they do not pay. In fact, they injured him. If you look at his hand, it's as bad as that. So I want to urge the Nigerian police to please look into the fact that these guys need your cover, so that in doing their job, although they are trying to keep body and soul, but at the same time, they are working to strengthen government machinery, because the government doesn't have money to work. The people also complain. So head of tail is a catch-22. I want to thank the organizers and assure you that a local government council will partner with you people. And in any area you want the chairman to participate, please feel free to get across to him. He's a grassroots politician. Thank you very much. Welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. Next on my list, we are supposed to wrap up by 2 o'clock. AJTF chairman, please, a presentation of AJTF framework and implementation strategy. Please be fast about it.
Just 1 minute. Good afternoon, everybody. The framework, some of us have this. Hello. If you go to, I think, your segment, so the framework, the physical location, please hear my voice, security measures, collaboration and information sharing, POS working under trees, POS, umbrella POS. Very simple thing. We come to your judge location, you have to be identifiable. Because part of what we are saying is that the state government has called us that the way AMMAN AJTF banking is going in those states is not good at all. If you go to the front of CBN, as I speak to you now, Global Super Corporate CBN, you see a lot of POS operators. I was with the former assistant controller based then. While we were talking, I was seeing POS shouting outside that walkway. Those things, it is not needed in agency banking. And for those of us who are doing POS in cluster sales and marketing, because if we keep standing here, the monster CBN created, even though they say I'm not finished arranging it, because POS is a monster. How do we now do it? We have to manage it together. I don't know if you agree with me. Yeah. So those POS operators in New Benin, Upper Market, Osolo Market, down to Obioge, 19th Street, evidence junction. The state government has given us a directive, agent profiling. We are not committed to seize your terminals. Because if I seize your terminals, it means that I'm taking work from you, right? So if you are able to profile yourself with us, good and fine. Then if you don't want to profile yourself, the law enforcement agencies here will take them and will arrest you. Because you are the same that you should not be profiled, that there is something you are hiding from the state government not to be profiled. Then finally, I want to appeal to our various market leaders. They should talk to their market people. Because part of the problem we are having as an association is that you talk to an agent inside the market, the next thing, it concerns you. Are you getting it? So please, you should talk to your subjects. And the state government is enforcing the association for this work. It is not that one member will say, I'm about key business. We are not killing any business in any person's hands. So please, the MMOs is just a simple official writing to your BOs. Please profile yourself with the new policy in town. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And the next agenda on my list is the closing remarks from. Okay.
Very quickly, I just this is for the POS agents. Just an advice. Okay, even the Bible says that everyone wants to stand. It says stand. What that means is that you can never be too careful when it comes to this maintenance of fraud. These guys, they keep evolving every day, and they keep coming with newer methods. So what I'm saying is, I saw something when I went through a platform. I saw what is called AMMBAN Shield. It's an insurance cover. AMMBAN Shield is an insurance cover that protects you from any foreseeable loss arising from theft and all that. I think POS agents can also subscribe to that platform where they can insure their monies and whatsoever, their businesses against loss and So I think I recommend that for you. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to call on the person of Mrs. Juliet Maduke, the Edo State Acting Chairman, to give us closing remarks. After that, national anthem.
My distinguished guests, thank you so much for taking your time to be here. The CBN, the police, the local government rep, the police, NOA, and OPE, thank you so much. I really appreciate my AMMBAN coordinators and my family. You guys are always at my back. You will say make I run, I run. Thank you so much for bringing out your time to be here. And why I invited you guys here too, because you are leaders in your small capacity. So take these messages back to your people. I would not want anyone to look at it as an intimidation or a show of force. And also want to tell us that we'll have a time frame for this profiling. Within 6 weeks, 1 month, within 4 to 6 weeks, we will try and go and profile people. So after this profiling, enforcement starts, whether we like it or not, we must do this thing. So just tell them whether they do it in peace or we do it in quarrel, but we must do it. So just take it back to your people and then let's just do this thing so that it is for our own good. It is for our own good. It is for our own good. So let's cooperate. Tell your people when you have your meetings, your weekly or monthly meetings, inform them And then you yourself as coordinators and zonal leaders, please make yourself available for this work. Together with the police and the Edo State Task Force team, I know we are going to do great. Thank you so much, everyone.
I'm sorry, one more thing before we play the national anthem and say final closing prayers. I would like to group photograph the Edo State JTF squad. Please come and then snap with the members of the ITF, please. Group photograph. Okay, CBN, CBN, please, and then take a group photograph. Good, sorry. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we will have to stand up and then say the national pledge. This one you pledge by yourself. We are not playing music or anything. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up. Stand up. Yes. Nobody will tell me how come I know you. All right, let's take it together. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, and humility, and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God. Thank you. CBN and Edo State Escos. Please. Let's not take it sharp. Please, all AMMBAN Escos coordinators wait behind this. Yes, please, join sir. National Program Director, please, where are you, sir? Okay. Edo State Task Force, Police, and the Escos, please. Everybody is there, please, just take it. Please come up. I hope it's not enough for everybody to snap you. We don't want to waste their time. They've given us enough of their time and knowledge. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. CBN, we are grateful. The Nigerian Police, we are grateful. Edo State Task Force, we are grateful, sir. NOA, Jesus, you have blown us away. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We are grateful, sir.
Yeah.